This FM 104.3. Would you mean Taki?
Let's deal with that. And that is where, perhaps, I mean, last week, me condemn the invasion of City FM premises.
Yeah.
I said it lacked finesse. It could have been done better. Even telephone chat between management and national security could have solved the matter. You hear girl now, no girl no or in the or a staffer. You don't send 7 people, 3 pickups in that Rambo style. It cannot be defended. And I condemned it here last Wednesday.
True.
Oh, yes.
Even the seizure of their phones and attempt to take the contents, make it to require legal
Backing.
The law. I talk the law. Kwamina, did you hear me?
Kwamina says you just spoke Chinese.
Mekai, there, without a legal intervention, court, you don't have the right to take the phone. If you can take the phone, but you don't have the right to go into the phone
and delete,
extract information. I said that here, didn't I? Again, in terms of the use or application of subterfuge to seek information, may refer to GJA Code of Ethics and National Media Commission or print guidelines. Manya, I defended it, made the point about the stable from where I come. Talking of my association with Tiger Eye and the training I gave to Anas when he was out there in the field doing investigative journalists. I'll be the last person to attack subterfuge. Even though there are people who disagree, and they have every right to do so. That thing is a part of undercover journalism. That debate has been here since 1880, and it will continue forever, because there are people who are against that kind of mode of journalism.
Like me.
Yeah, you are entitled to that, and Makade will agree to disagree.
That's right.
And let's move on.
Absolutely.
But you see, your court system, Ghana, has affirmed that.
Accepts that.
The way a manner the Constitution was triggered to impeach some judges based on Tiger Eye reports, is a vindication, or if you like, an acceptance of that mode. The customs officers and things, cocoa smuggling, manas, they were jailed. Somewhere, 2 or 3 were discharged and acquitted. And that's evidence. The judge, when he was coming to give judgment, also said, look, you have 2 things here. The documentary, which was done, it did other embellishments, because the cocoa, the mere, is a opportunity, what trucks the cocoa, harbor. What Anas was trying to, the Tiger was trying to do was to illustrate the economic benefit of cocoa industry to and how it moves from here to there, and not smuggling. The contrast being there, Momo the smuggler across the border. What the judge said was that, look, this documentary, with all embellishments and all those things, it's not the raw footage. And see, I've taken judicial notice of it, but I'm using the raw footage, the untouched one.
That is the fact.
That is the fact, and that is what I'm basing on to deliver the judgment. So, or a court document is a public record. So, with this background, the line of defense over the years, I'll be dishonest, hypocritical, if I sat here and attacked the boys' work on basis of the application of subterfuge. I won't do that. The question is, what was the object he was seeking? And what was the amount of the pay? I did my checks. Maslock vehicles, no any target. The Maslock vehicles, look, they were 350. We all know the challenges. So see, GPR to rejected the vehicles on basis there on the specifications they asked for. Or call Egypt, when the government call Egypt, or call here vehicles, on what kind of one family. 2, prices and also they are outrageous. Eventually took presidential intervention for the prices to be slashed down by almost 53 or 54%. CC Amenoka say Maslock and the beneficiaries, not the organization, beneficiaries, but they are members of GPRQ. They are haggling over the terms of contract because BIMU have failed to pay. Yes, or a high purchase, but the BIMU failed to pay. Insurance or the other won't try into Maslock fund equity. There are serious problems already.
The traditional Ghanaian attitude.
But there are 12 of those vehicles still parked at national security. Why? Because we were engine defect. And this is a fact. We will let us know from the supplier. Our pedants are buying more in repair. Now, buy some repair. First of all, price no mass slash. Two, confuses of one pet. Even what toy, you know, one have a back, if you have a back, the way more problems with it. To open our buying car. I'm telling you, serious things happening. So if I was doing that job, well, NDC for signing a contract, you know, for that they did everything November 2016. I suspect the vehicles came in 2017 because you did it November 2016. I doubt if the cars would have come before Mahama administration exited, but they bought it. Chetimasi, and the cars arrived in the possession of Maslock. These are facts. May assess that whole project now. I will outline all these facts.
You think he didn't do all of that?
For sure he didn't.
Yeah.
12 there, and then the other vehicles there belong to NAM1. Make it at the court or the National Security, Yoko CID. They got a court order to preserve those vehicles. And now they have another order.
Land cruisers,
They are seeking another order to dispose of the vehicles. You got to do all this analysis. But the most important thing is this, Kwame. My mekayam them kofu will be forward, deal with me left, right, side, and I'm telling you, it's merciless. Merciless, my goodness. What? It's a mini shock absorber. It's a one laboratory.
And him there, it's our baby now. Asamaka was my Frebby.
Was the wife
What's my friend? What was my
what do you ma?
What was my account?
Why did you cry to us? Why a quotation? Caleb lied to discredit Akufo-Addo government. I've never said this anywhere. And yet, it's a direct attribution to Kweku Baako.
I read it.
And hundreds of the guys who already were looking for me. God damn it, come and see the way I want mash me left, right.
Our friend Mendacity.
It's out there. But the truth is that what I said, and look, what I said on Newsfile, I had 2 or 3 days before told the City FM management my view. Because look, City is a very powerful and excellent station. Make no mistake about it.
Media house.
One of the best. Bernard, he's one of the best journalists in Ghana today.
Bernard Avle.
Yes, make no mistake. Young,
with international acclaim.
Minimum, international conferences. I've studied him. He's professional, 100%. Manka perfect. The boss, Samens, he's a friend. He's like a brother. But minim there look, there was some challenges with that disclosure delayed. I called and had a chat and indicated to them that look, I have a difficulty, and they agreed. But they agreed that that's a legitimate concern. I said, look, that is why when you delayed that aspect, because don't forget Ben had gone to Metro that evening. Indeed, Paul even asked him whether there were any marks on the guy. No, said no. The only thing that he was emotionally traumatized. It was on Kofi, the number the next day.
And then?
So the next day he came.
Then the following day, then they report about torture.
It's the next day that he reported the physical torture.
He said to us.
Somebody is saying, no, why are you worried? Mr. Man, that means the next story in true. No.
But
I'll be jumping the gun.
But it could be misconstrued.
Yes, it was. And you see, I'm entitled. I don't mind those who do it genuinely. Antimasi, and misread my kind and misinterpret. Fine, let's debate it. And that's what I say. Some of them have raised good questions. I may engage more, but not those who come with that one standard, disinformation approach, all that. No. Because it's true. That say management in him, that the gentleman was subjected to that torture now kind of in him then that evening one kasa a news station.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
One channel Onkoye Bini exclusive. Two, Benade Metro, that would have been a high point. And the question about fiscal marks, in Tobo away, the boy was subjected to thing. And what would you do? The first thing you would do is to take the boy to hospital. Yes. Not the next day. And I never said that the boy didn't go to hospital. I never said that. We can't put there. I've been promised a copy of the medical report. The only thing that by the time I make a news file, that means I'm Kai. That's what I said. So that should indicate that me can't do one for hospital. But it's a fact that he went to hospital the following day.
Oh,
look,
not on the day itself.
Yes, and I'm careful. I could feel bar ada. Maybe if the hospital the next day, they may not capture the same gravity or intensity. And if you go to court on such a matter, a good lawyer can use that. Not that necessarily win against you, but they can use that to undermine
your evidence.
Your evidence. I said these things in good faith, and not to attack the gentleman or his story. Look, he's such a young person. We fear no money narration. Those are people you don't discourage. Those are people you don't take their confidence away from. Me train a lot of journalists through that mail. And that's about me, no, you're very young.
And very naive.
Yes, and yes. Or by starting as an intern from GIG. But me who need spirit, me who need drive. I'm saying, wow, this boy is going to be great. So step by step, and in collaboration with two shadow editors. One of who's sitting here.
Yes.
And Randy Abbey.
Wow.
Kwame Safakai. They were shadow editors.
If you're supposed to be a shadow editor, now the man is blowing your cover.
My disclosure.
This is not disclosure, this is blowing your cover.
And see, I'll be the last person to do things. Look, Crusading Guide and Tiger were a joint exercise, 2011 or 2010. So, I watch it, two girls be. Watermaport. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
They were nice, young, naive, kakra. But Nana school US. Now assignment was ongoing. They went there. 2 days to me all the secret things. 3rd day they were busted. My name is Sakaya.
Yeah, okay, very well.
And some of these NDC people who are complaining, won newspapers. The headline, Kweku Baako spies busted. And go read the story, the things they wrote in the story. Fortunately, within 24 hours, we got the girls released. I won't tell you by whose order or how.
Kweku, point 1 minute.
Maybe you see, maybe you see.
Peace FM.
It's the element, and apparently I wasn't the only one who was raising doubt relative to the sequence of disclosure. But I communicated the way I wanted to communicate, and made sure that in the absence of that early disclosure, in the story of torture on your true. Otherwise, I would not be calling for investigations to establish the facts. But what I was saying, look, it's more of a lesson or a wake-up call for media owners, media managers, including journalists, of course.
And the national security.
In terms of, I'm talking in terms of if there is a torture, then I get to know. The first port of call is to ensure that it's as simple as that. And go to the hospital the same day. We destroy a boy, and then we destroy a story, and then we destroy a station. It's not true. And I will not do that.
Police report in Gama.
Kwame.
Yes.
And last week I alluded to TV Africa. No, we can't TV3, but not a TV Africa. Ma okucha pictures, Hotel Kufo, quote unquote, police for che one, lock one was small police post now President Kufo. Some issues like, did they have the right to film? Why didn't they ask for permission? All those things they came up. Police press conference. We rejected aspects of their press conference in Ghana. But the press conference, 2 paragraphs from the press conference.
Which was what will end it.
Oh, mentuma to parade. Okay.
Because media parade ma you be sorry what 2 a.m.
More 30 seconds on it. Here, Kwame.
Yes.
Paragraph F of the police statement. I think it was our friend, the former IGP, Mr. Champo.
Kwatinga Champon, Patrick Kwatinga Champon.
Yes, professional. No reading that speech. Also, as a result of this and other similar incidents, the police administration would immediately liaise with the National Media Commission and the Ghana Journalists Association to work out guidelines on taking photographs as well as entering other places which might be of security concern in the country. In other countries, the security agencies and the media have worked out arrangements to prevent such incidents occurring, and we are also taking a cue from their experience. The police recognizes the important and invaluable role the media play in the fight against crime and the insurance of public order and safety. It would therefore seek to establish mutually agreeable procedures to avoid any future misunderstanding without compromising public and state security. We did nothing.
Without compromising public and state security.
This
Since
excludes
from that time to
undercover worker.
Kweku Baako has decided that he would disclose. Me too. I am about to disclose.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.